All right, so that's the quarterback. That's the good news, right? Now the bad news. What you lost this weekend, right? You lost Justus Terry, and you lost the opportunity to land Isaiah Gibson for the time being. You're going to continue to recruit both football players. There's no doubt about that. I've been on this channel, and the USC fans that exist on the internet found it and started flooding it with he's a USC Trojan now. I have videos on this channel of me talking about Justus Terry being the number one defensive lineman in the country, and I believe that. I think he's that good. I think he's going to be that good. So there's that. That is a unquestionable, unmitigated loss, right? With Justus Terry flipping. It's unquestionable that it is indeed a loss. However, in my opinion, the Isaiah Gibson thing, that was an in-state take. You take that kid, you're going to continue to recruit that kid. He should be a Georgia Bulldog. You should go get that guy. But in my personal opinion, I don't think that's anywhere in the same vicinity or ballpark or range of a loss as Justus Terry for a multitude of reasons. I don't think he's that quality of a player because we're talking about somebody who I think is like top 3 in this class. I don't think he's that quality of player. And B, the position room at defensive end and outside linebacker, the last thing it needs is more talented bodies. I mean, you can take as many as you want, but they got enough. They're having a problem playing as many as they got right now. But if you're going to miss out, here's the reality. If you're going to miss out on types like that, these types of guys, whether it be due to other people overpaying or whether it due to the fact that Aaron Donald made somebody happy, whatever it is, whatever is going on, however it is, you have to understand if you're going to miss some of these guys, your scouting department better be elite as shit, right? You better keep finding Jordan Davises. You better keep finding them and finding them often. And I think they tried to take a stab at one this past weekend with Stephon Shivers, the big 6'5", 365-pound nose tackle out of the state of Tennessee. And I'm going to be honest with you, this highlight tape we finna watch, this is one of the sexiest big man touchdowns I've ever seen in my life. And I'm excited to watch it.
Sexy big man.
Have you not seen this?
Huh? Can't say that I have, no.
So you must not been following your boy on Twitter this weekend. Because when everything went down and we were struggling to put out articles and shit, I was out here tweeting and They right here made the Twitter timeline because this is nuts. That's homeboy. That's our big fella back there in the eye. Yeah. That's our big boy back there in the eye looking like a buffalo coming downhill. Here he come. Here he come. Oh, boy. Oh, no. He hurdled somebody, too. Oh, my God. How did you get outran back there, backside safety? No way.
No way.
Gosh.
Yes, sir, he did. Yes, sir, he did.
He didn't get knocked down.
Hey, but you know he left the celebration on the highlight tape. I love it. Walking down the track. Hey, this one right here is like guaranteed big man stuff. Pulling up the pants after a tud. Bro, you almost lose your britches while scoring a 75-yard touchdown at 350 pounds. You can have an offer to Georgia. I don't give a shit.
I love that.
Yeah, man. This is a big boy mover. And he wears the 7s. You know what I mean? I love me a 77. I was a 77 in high school myself.
Cameraman's got to learn to turn the menu off, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Ooh, playing a little offensive tackle, too?
Pancake.
Okay.
Pancake.
Ooh.
That kid...
that kid might quit football. He got ugly big man swag, too. No, nothing on the wrist and arms. He's got low socks on high ankle or mid-tops. You seeing this right now?
Yeah.
He got mid-top cleats on with no high ankles, no high socks, and no gloves on. He just out here raw dogging it. That's wild.
Is that strip sack?
I think that's a safety is what that looked like to me. Oh, my God, look at the push. That poor offensive lineman.
Oh, my goodness.
He looked like me versus D'Angelo Brown, 2012 state championship game. Oh, my God.
Ooh.
This dude
Did you see the acceleration?
This dude is eating souls.
Golly.
So, yeah, outside the top 900, I think is Stephon Shivers with this tape.
Is it Shivers or Shivers?
I mean, he'd give me the shivers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Oh, he in there running back again. I thought the most impressive thing about this first run was the hurdle over the linebacker in the hole. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you notice that? And then the poor safety that tries to hit him in the legs, right there, he just jumps up for something. And that guy's just like, I'm biting shins and getting the hell out of here.
Composite rankings have him at 685 nationally.
All right, let's remember that right now. Here we are, March 24th. Saying the date a lot today. March 24th, 2023. He is what?
685.
685. I bet he's within the top 300 within the month. What do you want to bet?
I'm not going to bet against that.
I wouldn't bet against
Shit,
that.
I bet he might be in the top 250 by the end of the month. You know what I mean? Because industries, man, the recruiting industry be working like that. But hey, if you're going to do this, right, if you're going to not be able to, the classic example was the nose tackle that ended up going to Texas a couple years back, Sadir Mitchell. Ooh. Sadir Mitchell, huge nose tackle prospect, okay? Everybody in the country that runs a 4.25 mint wanted Sadir Mitchell. Well, Sadir Mitchell outpriced himself really, really quickly at the University of Georgia. So they were like, okay, we can't get Sadir Mitchell. Well, now they're taking stabs on big jokers that they found in Memphis, Tennessee that, you know, ain't nobody been really looking at, which is what Stephon is. So there you go. Another player, talk about Justus Terry, right? You missed out on Justus Terry. I think you're going to need to make some type of move at the defensive tackle position in case Justus Terry does not end up back in the class. So what are you going to have to do, guys? You're not, you try with the 5-star and Justus Terry, you're going to still, I think you still got a really great shot at Elijah Griffin. I would say you're the leader in the clubhouse. So the next defensive tackle, in my opinion, if you're going to sign another one, if you have to sign another one, you better be a high upside guy. Like, let's go find one of these diamonds in the rough. Let's go find somebody who might be a little bit underrated, like our guy Jeremiah right here. What's Jeremiah's last name again? Jeremiah McLeod.
Yes. All
right. Jeremiah McLeod is a defensive tackle that is currently committed to Mississippi State. He was on campus this past weekend, got an offer from the University of Georgia. I spoke to him today, and it was like that kind of changes everything. Like, we actually have to have a thought. Like, we got to think about things now. I was happy with Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. That's great. Georgia's in the picture now. I'm not saying I'm decommitting. I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not saying I'm decommitting, but we now have a different thought process. We have to think about these things a little bit differently. So here's the deal about Jeremiah. Jeremiah is like an inch and a half shorter than Justus Terry. Jeremiah is like 75% the body composition that Justus is, because Justus is a freak, okay? But this tape kind of looks like Justus's. And this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to take a guy that maybe is a little bit rawer from Florida and get him into campus and get him onto campus, see what he's about, see what the body looks like, then match it with the tape, and then late in the cycle, maybe you got to flip a guy like this because you don't end up reflipping Justus Terry. But here he is right here, and I'm telling you, the tape's really, really good, guys. He's doing all of this as a 5 technique at 280 pounds in the state of Florida. There is speed on the field down here, okay? You can't just be a big, lengthy brawler, all right? You got to be a guy that can actually, do some crazy shit. And I think this is exactly what this is.
Looks like he's got good hand movement.
He does, and he's got really long arms, and he gets hands into the body really, really quickly.
Hand movement to me is always something that it can be taught, but the best skills are just natural.
You talking about hand fighters?
Hand
fighters specifically. Most of them are actually good fighters too. They got them paws on them.
Firefighters?
Fighters. Them boys be striking. Here we go. Stand-up defensive end right there. Just
Lord.
Yeah, moves really well for 280 pounds, I thought, based off the tape. And he's a high effort guy. You're going to see a backside TFL right here. Yeah.
Dude.
3-star. Outside the top 1,000. I thought Mississippi State did a tremendous job getting this in so far.
Yeah, not even in their own state either.
No, this is an out-of-state commit.
This is a good pull by Mississippi State.
It's a tremendous pull by Mississippi State. There is some body development, like I said, from Georgia's perspective, still to have to be done. There needs to be some muscle mass put onto this frame. But this is a really, really good athlete at 280 pounds already. There's that hand block shedding ability that you're talking about there. Good strike and shed on both of these clips right here. Watch him put his hands on first and then rip and get off.
Jeez.
Yeah. Playing with a good wide base. And he accelerates through contact really, really well. This is Lowndes. So this is a good football team right here he's playing against. Not that the other ones aren't, but I know for a fact that's Lowndes.
I couldn't see what happened there, honestly.
Yeah, he's too far up. This is him fighting off blocks.
Good shed again.
Yeah, that's a lot of twitch right there, man. Yeah, that is a tremendous haul by Mississippi State. And again, I don't know if he's going to stick. I don't know if Georgia's going all in on him. There's a variety of options like that have now been opened up and that you're going to have to, take a serious look at. But that's kind of what's going to have to happen now, right? You're going to have to go from, hey, we had this 5-star locked up to, hey, who's the guy out here that we love and we think we can come in here or get in here and make a much, much better football player.
Yeah, I mean that's always that. I feel like that's the key to building successful programs. If you can go out and get 5 stars and develop them, that's fine. There's only so many 5 stars to go around. And by the way, now you're in an era of college football where they're going to get more evenly spread out because teams can pay for them more. So you have to be able to hit on your 3-star guys. Your guys are outside of the top 900, stuff like that.
Any thoughts on Mr. Shivers or Mr. McLeod right there?
So when was he offered? That's my question.
This weekend.
This weekend.
This past weekend. He was on campus for an unofficial this past weekend and got a no.
So that tells me that was a guy that they were kind of maybe waiting and seeing, like, of what's going to happen.
Do we have room for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But that's kind of where I'm at, right? And that's why I opened the local hour with, it's not time to panic, but you have 5 commits. It's March 25th, and the building's doing the don't worry, we got it. And I'm fine with that. And normally I do the don't worry, you got it. But this time last year, there were 24 commits in the damn class. You know, this class last year, you were done by July. And it was like, hey, what can we add towards the end to make this really, really spicy? Can we get a KJ Bolden in the mix? Well, right now, March 25th, there are 5 commits in this class in 2025. And I know, again, I'm telling you, I have faith that in Kirby Smart that he's going to be fine. It's the University of Georgia. They're going to be okay. Don't sit here and cause panic. But let's say what it is. They got work to do. They have work to do in this class. There are 5 current commits. And I don't think all of them are on solid grounds here. Elias Williams was well documented out at USC this past weekend. Okay. I'm sure the defensive prospects were not the only ones that were, getting walked around LA and told all the good gospel that there is to be had for the USC Trojans. Jaden Perlotti is a great football player. He was one of Georgia's very first commits. I shot his commitment photos. I have never felt very good about Jaden Perlotti, like 100% solid. He's going to be there on the dotted line. There is always room for opportunity there, it feels like. All right, the other 3, like Bo Walker, for example. I don't know what Bo Walker feels about the transition because I haven't talked to him. I'm sure he likes Josh Crawford. Josh Crawford was probably guaranteed to be recruiting him at Georgia Tech. They have a relationship. But anytime your position coach leaves, that commit is now in question. Especially as soon as the coach leaves, the next day, Bo Walker's at Georgia State on an unofficial visit. I ain't saying he's flipping to Georgia State. I'm just telling you that connotes how big of a relationship he had with Dale McGee. That's all I'm saying there. So Ethan Barber, Stephon Shivers, who just got in today, I feel confident about. I'm fine. But that's 2. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm, like it's a lot of work to be done. Again, not sounding alarms. We got to be honest. That's where it's at right now.
I think the point in time where you could really start, maybe I would like sounding the alarms a little bit, is when you get into like heavy June.
Yeah, after OVs.
And if things are not really setting up for you to have your class set in stone before the season starts, and that's when I would be like, whew, something ain't right here. Something's going on that usually doesn't happen at Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, the sky's falling right now and everything. We look horrible and the recruiting class isn't where it should be and all that stuff. It's going to turn around. I mean, you deal with things like this every year, and for some reason the fan base decides it's time to hit the panic button in the spring because we're losing recruits and people are hitting the transfer portal and what's going on in Athens. Like, it's fine. Just we'll give it time. When we close, when Kirby Smart closes this 2025 recruiting class, I guarantee you it'll be a top 5 class, and we'll be looking around going, man, Kirby Smart, how does he do it? He's one of the best recruiters there is. So I don't think there's any reason to freak out right now.
Mm-hmm.